We're rolling, about ready to go on our 10th anniversary trip.
10 years, baby.
10 years.
Kiss before you start driving. Yeah. Ooh, playlist.
Guess what song this is?
This is our first dance song.
That's right. 10 years ago, we were dancing to this bad boy.
Did you edit it down to a minute for this one?
Nope.
I remember when we were here at the sunflower farm for our 6th wedding anniversary, and we had a fun beach trip. We have many pictures to remember that event, but we just had a great time hanging out in the hotel with the 2 dogs, and we were here at this farm, so that's my memory for you.
One of my first memories. Okay, probably one of my first memories is when we went to that beach trip for youth camp. We went to Seaside. I think you had your friend, can't remember her name, Hannah, Kylie, I don't remember her name. But on the way back, me and Dave rode with you back in your yellow Ford Focus, and then I was giving you a back massage while you were driving. It's kind of a cheesy memory, but it's one of the first memories, and then after that is when I fell in love.
Christopher, I love being married to such a creative guy. I mean, we might be the only couple on earth that's doing a anniversary memory recap video, or whatever we call this video. But okay, a favorite memory would be, let's start from honeymoon. What would be memory recap if we don't talk about a memory from our honeymoon? Going to Hawaii and renting scooters and riding those scooters at 25 miles an hour around the island. It was just super fun. And then staying at the Turtle Bay Resort, which I grew up going to as a kid but never stayed there, and being able to do that with you was just a really fun time. Just all the adventures we had on our honeymoon, it was a blast. Being able to hang out on beaches with you and show you around the island that I grew up on. It's just fun living life, being married to you. So that honeymoon memory, renting scooters and touring around the island with you was one of my tops.
Alright, so probably the most important memory, or maybe I don't know, most important, it was when our trip to Maui. I believe Grandpa was with us. Me and Nate had a room with Grandpa, and then Megan, Kara, my mom, and my dad had the other room, and they were right next door. And I remember one morning me and Nate went over to your guys' room, and Kara was still asleep. And I remember seeing her in bed, and we got in trouble for being in there because my dad said, "What are you doing in the girls' room? Get out of there." I remember you looked so good when you were asleep, and I thought, oh man, if she looks this good sleeping, just waking up, the rest of my life is gonna be awesome. And so I've always remembered that down. I don't know if I ever told you that, but I remember going in there and you were like, I don't know if you're awake, you're just waking up or something, but I thought, oh man, she looks this pretty just waking up. Ha-ching!
Here's a memory, Chris, coming back from the bathroom. and just all the fun times we have every day is some good memory.
Here's a fun one. When you got Maya and you lived off of West Union and I think it was 185th, those apartments, and we had the baby gate. We put it in between, I think it was the bathroom, and we tried to lock her in there, and I remember we came home and she had climbed over the gate and tore apart your whole entire apartment, chewed up your blinds, chewed up your plant, and then I think she pooped. She pooped and she stepped in the poop and walked all over and she just made a mess of the whole apartment. Thanks, Maya. We still miss you. And then remember she would, you'd let her to go pee on the deck and would whistle down to the people below you, and then that's when I had to take Maya into my own care at the Catherine house.
Okay, another one of my favorite memories is when we had Maya pregnant, and she was gonna have a litter of puppies of who knows how many, because we went to get her checked out at the vet, and she said, oh, she might have none or she might have 3, and then she started getting really fat and pregnant. And okay, the day that she was gonna deliver the puppies, I was at Red Robin and you were at home with her, and suddenly I get this text message that she had a puppy. And I was like, what? I gotta get home. So I get home and you had helped her deliver a good handful of puppies by then, maybe like 4 or 5. She ended up having 9 puppies, and yeah, that was a crazy fun time in our garage, making a whelping box for her, and all the whole puppy experience with you. That was really, really fun. And you are an awesome doctor.
Room. Kinda scary. This is the Adobe. Is it the nicest place on earth? No. But we got a king size bed. Got some chairs. Kitchenette. Little bathroom. What more could you want? Figured I'd sneak in a little memory while you're in the shower. Remember when we bought our house? Well, we didn't buy our house. The 2774 Southeast Player Court. When they were building it, we'd go through with our camera. I don't even know what happened to the footage, but we'd go through and walk through the house and check out all the stuff like as they were building it. And so we'd go like every week and go look through it and take video in. I have no idea what happened to that video, but that was fun, yet kind of a scary time in our life because we knew we couldn't really afford it. I mean, we could for a little while, but yeah, danger.
maybe the only marriage retreat we've been to, but the church had a marriage retreat down in Cannon Beach. We stayed at the Hallmark, and one day we spent exploring Arcadia Beach with Megan and Nate. I think it was the first time we went down there before we were wedding planning, and no, it had to have been after. Yeah, so Arcadia Beach, I think we knew it was a cool spot because we wedding planned, and it was shortly after we got married, and we almost got married at Arcadia. But anyway, exploring there with Megan and Nate, we came across some seaweed, and Chris, you got out your pocket knife and you carved out this little face in the seaweed bulb with the hair coming out, and you made like this little shrunken head out of it. And we did all these sticks in the sand and then stuck this shrunken head on it, and it was just kind of a fun day. I don't know if Megan and Nate thought we were weirdos or what, but we have fun together, and I think sometimes we end up having more fun than other couples, and I love that about our relationship. So, shrunken head at the beach, that was a funny memory. Okay, two things that make great memories are when you make Valentine's Day songs or birthday songs for me every year, and I have a whole list of them now because we've been together, married for 10 years, and dated for, but I think we're almost going on 15 years together as a couple. So I do have a lot of fun songs, and you always try and throw in memories into the song, and one of them that I wanted to talk about is this lyric.
I'll show you what I want to get. Some eggs from my chickens. Freezer city limit restrictions. We built our coop together. Me and you in love forever.
So yeah, building the chicken coop together with you was a lot of fun, and having chickens is just good memories.
Jump inside my Peter pit. I'll show you what I want to get. Some eggs from my chickens. Freezer city limit restrictions. We built our coop together. Me and you in love forever. Chopping wood like a lumberjack. My love for you was like a cord in a stack. I'll keep you warm in that self-act with fire.
Probably one of my favorite memories of all time, when we had our honeymoon at Turtle Bay and we rented the scooters and scooted around the island, stopping at little places. I don't know why I remember this, but I think we went to Matsumoto's. Yeah, the Shave Ice place. We went to L&L barbecue. I don't know why, but I just remember sitting in the booth eating our food. Anyways, that was probably the funnest memory, was traveling around the island, and they were shooting Lost then. Remember that? We saw the trailers. Yeah, just scooting around the island on all the back roads. Then we got pulled over and had to ride in the bike lane because our scooters were 50 cc's. Not fast enough to drive on the road. But it was fun. That was probably the most fun, best memories I ever had was our honeymoon. Thank you.
Replacement chickens that are unique. Henrietta, Mama, Gracie, and Duckies. You're my best friend, that is the truth. We fit good together like a foot in a shoe. Like water fits into a tray, I think I'm
Okay, I remember a time when we went to the Sandy River with I think it was just Maya at the time. And it might have been Brucio, but I don't think so. I think it was just Maya. Anyway, we went to the Sandy River. We hiked maybe half a mile, and there were just mosquitoes everywhere. But by the time we got to the river, it was just a really nice day, and we jumped in and we were playing with the dogs in the water. I'm pretty sure it was both dogs, but mosquitoes at the Sandy River. That was a fun memory.
Well, since I'm in nature, here's a nature memory. When Maya was still alive, and we took Brucio and Maya. Man, this sun is creating harsh shadows. We took Maya and Bruce to the Sandy River, out by Troutdale or wherever, and walked on those long sandy paths. And I think we shot a movie there and never edited it. I don't even know what happened to the footage. But it was a fun little hike down the sandy trail, out played in the sandy water, and then got eaten alive by horrible, creepy creature mosquitoes on the way back. But it was still fun. Time is 5-something in the morning. We're going to Devil's Punch Bowl. Low tide. Happy anniversary, babe.
This next memory wasn't that long ago. It was in April for your birthday. I planned a trip to Long Beach, Washington. When we got there, it was monsooning, pouring rain, and pretty much ruined most of our plans. We decided, after going to a museum that you had wanted to go to, the taxidermy museum. It was more of like a souvenir trinket shop, and that's why we got in for free. But we saw Jake, the half man, half alligator, and then we went and got fish and chips next door. We got overcharged the fish and chips, and we were like, why are they so expensive? And then we figured out it was sales tax in Washington. Then we go to the Potato Bug vintage trailer that I had reserved, and still pouring rain in Long Beach. We decided not to stay, and we ended up driving back home. But the best part of the trip was all the fun laughs we had in the car. Just in the pouring rain, making jokes, and we made it fun, even though it was kind of a very disappointing trip. We're at Cape Disappointment, and that's pretty much what this day was.
We're coming back.
Bummer.
Cape Lookout. Actually, we were just over here, and we rented the yurt in Brucio. No dogs were allowed in the yurt, so we had to have Brucio sleep in the car. And then that's also when I got you your Schwinn bicycle, and that was a lot of fun, even though it was freezing because it was October. Riding around that campground, do you remember that? And then on our way home, we stopped at Jones Creek. I think it was Jones Creek, and you had your Schwinn. We were riding the back trails down, just trails that I don't think they went to anywhere. And then we stopped down at the river, and then I think Brucio followed us back. Yeah, he was following us the whole time. Yeah, so that was fun. And now you're getting rid of your bike. Oh yeah, cry, 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 cry. This is where I proposed to Kara Sundholm. Actually, Kara Whitcomb.
Yeah.
At the big Barview Jetty campground's giant sandhill. We're on top of it currently, and
we came up here that day, Chris. You gotta start with how you surprised me. Do you remember?
We were just coming up here to watch the sunset that we are doing now.
No. Hey,
Don't remember.
We were coming out here to shoot an update for camp, and we came to Magruder, and then I was like the video girl.
Dude, that's funny.
That he was shooting, and then later that day, after we shot stuff, we came up here to watch the sunset and read our Bibles.
On a picnic blanket.
And that's all I thought was gonna go on. And then he comes creeping down the sandhill and surprised me with this engagement ring.
Did I get down on one knee?
You got down on one knee.
That's right, like a man.
And told me that I was the person he wanted to spend the rest of his life with, and will you marry me? And I said yes.
And that was that. End of story.
10 years later, here we are, reliving the moment.
All right, there's a little more to that story. We were packing up to go. Well, stupid me, I didn't get the...
You didn't get my ring size.
I didn't get the ring size before I gave it to her.
So it was huge, but it was the ring I picked out, and I was super excited.
It'll be blurry. There it is.
Blurry ring.
Just imagine it's not blurry.
So I got up to take the blanket with us and shake the sand off of it, and whoop, there goes my ring. Drops right into a pile of sand, and
we'll give a demonstration of that.
Yeah, it was a little bit freak out moment. Don't move, don't shift the sand. I lost the ring, it fell off my finger.
But it didn't just fall off her finger. It fell off as she was shaking the blanket, so who knows where it went.
I could feel it just slip right off, and then my heart sank. And then about, 20 minutes of searching, sifting sand.
We were getting ready to go buy a metal detector.
Yeah, we're like, what should we do? We prayed, and then Chris picks up this pile of sand next to my foot.
I just kind of sat down, put my hands in, and I was like...
And then there was the ring.
Jesus.
It was like...
It's here.
It was actually pretty romantic. After the freak out moment and crying and everything,
and the tears.
Suddenly my ring is there in his hands again, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. That was an amazing moment. So
here we are.
Here we are.
Yep. We made it 10 years.
We did.
Now.
Good job.
Now we're watching the...
now we're watching the sunset.
The same sun setting in the same location. Crazy.
Crazy. Mind blown.
Mind just boggled.
Yep.
Now we're going to give you a demonstration of what a ring looks like when it falls in the sand.